of the liquidity pools due to the buy and burn. Volume and buy and burn is going to make it go nuclear in a bull run. Until that time, it might pump just because people are excited about it, or it might pump because it is paired with PLS. But Pulsex, make no mistake, will run hard when its time comes.
Oh, for
But
sure. That's right.
how would that compare to a pulse run?
So
It's gonna run. Who cares?
I think they're both going to run
Compare
really
yourself
hard.
to another
I think
L1.
Pulsex probably, if it outperforms Pulsechain, it's going to be in the latter half of a bull run when people are getting euphoric. I think in the long run, obviously Pulsechain is more valuable, but certainly in a bull run, people might consider saying that Pulsex could be more valuable during a bull run.
Yeah, I guess it's all perception, right? Like I look at Hex as our Bitcoin, Pulse Chain's our Ethereum, and Pulsex is our Uniswap. And so at the end of the day, that makes a lot of sense. The peak euphoria price is never it's going to keep going. It's going to keep going. I need to get into
Don't
this.
call it Uniswap. Call it Sushi Swap because Uniswap didn't do shit.
Uniswap did a lot. Sushi Swap did a lot. Pancake Swap did a lot. Trader Joe's
Yep.
did a lot. They all
They
did a lot.
averaged within a
They all
year.
did a lot.
Yeah.
However,
3 to
however,
500
the X's are
X
higher
3
in layer
months.
ones. I'm pretty sure the X's are higher in layer ones.
They were. It was in a 3-month period between those 5 or 6 dexes. And I think this was the latter half of 2020. So maybe from like October of 2020 into March of 2021, those dexes outperformed everybody. Like average, I would say, is 150x. The high was probably a 5 or 600x, and the low was a 50x. Between all of those, I mean, they smashed it, and it would have gone longer if we didn't have the bubble pop, in my opinion.
Okay, I'm looking at it as how many units of appreciation can I acquire right now? Well, technically, I can get more Pulse X, more units of appreciation in Pulse X than I can in anything. However, me personally, my profile, my fundamental understanding and my personal opinion of all of this is not centered around Pulsex, but that's also maybe because I have a big bag of Pulsex, so maybe I don't give a fuck about
And
Pulsex.
that's just my opinion too, man. I could be wrong, guys, but I'll tell you this. I think that what's the least risky play? And I think the least risky play, if you wanted price appreciation, would be Hex, because it's going to be so liquid.
Which one?
And definitely P Hex, in my opinion. My concern with E Hex is that
Let's go.
it's not really a concern. E-Hex is going to be really, really good because it's going to give people an option to buy Hex on Ethereum when they're too afraid to try to use a bridge. Because you guys, think about in the past when you've tried to use a bridge. Some people have, some people haven't. But I remember starting with Ethereum, and I didn't move off of Ethereum for years. And then when I tried to move off of Ethereum, I went to Binance Smart Chain, and that bridge was scary as shit. Don't want to use that bridge, so they will buy Ethereum Hex. Coupled with the fact that we've got these cross-chain bridges, and that's getting easier and easier now to use. It's not going to matter as much in the future as it does now which Hex you buy. I think eventually they're going to be very, very close in value. Now, how far down the road is that? Maybe, I don't know, 5 years. But for now, I think Hex is where all of the whales are. And there's a lot of stables. There's a lot of money out there that's just waiting to be deployed, in my opinion.
Permanent base of people that are invested, not just from a I own Hex standpoint, or I've staked 5 years standpoint, but also like, well, now I've built some very successful products on Pulse Chain, and I would like those things to thrive for the next 10 years, please. Right? That's what is at stake for many of us. So that we have this opportunity now, and I think that's probably something that we all need to go away and think about. And I'm not saying I have the perfect plan, but I'm encouraging the other people, particularly the ones that are doxxed in America, who can really steward this thing to really step up. I've been kind of privately prodding Alex, to become more vocal and stuff. Because I think he's a great champion for the community and all that stuff. But that can come from a variety of people in a variety of ways. We don't need one president or anything like that.
No, Buck, I mean, I totally agree with you. I think Alex, by coming out and saying that one of his priorities is to promote a foundation for the chain, I think that's something that we can all rally around. I think it's high level marketing that people in the space will respect. And I just think it's a great move, and I look forward to it.
There has been a lot of people wondering where he's gone, and a lot of theories and whatnot, but I think that we should just sit back and be grateful for what this man's done already. Can you imagine building multiple projects, crypto projects, successful ones with amazing code, and streaming at least a few times a week? This man Richard Hart is just done incredible things and broke through barriers when everything was against him. So I don't think that there's anything going on. And I don't think there's anything that we need to wait on for him to tell us to do, because he's already told us. He's told us multiple times, just because Pulsechain's released, the narrative hasn't changed on what he thinks that we should do. I mean, if we look at this like our own business, right? Because we're technically business owners of our own crypto and our own finance, right? Then, it's just about us taking initiative and doing it. And it's funny that people tend to do that a lot more whenever things are going up, but the time to really get the ball rolling and that rubber band to start to stretch, big release, is now, is in the bear.
My last statement is just Richard has done great about providing opportunity. He provides opportunity for people to participate, for people to speculate, for people to build, for people to improve their leadership skills, build community, all these things. So it's really just about opportunity. And then he has, again, in game theory design, I think done well with aligning incentives to do those things, right? So kudos, like someone was saying about show respect to Richard, or we wouldn't be here if it wasn't for Richard. That's true. And the value, again, as a reference to Ethereum, the value is Vitalik and other people in the foundation in 2013 or 15 or whenever it launched. After its build time to launch Frontier. They're the plank owners, yes, and the people that supported them to get to a launch period, they're the plank owners. Respect and tip of the hat. But really, the value went from 15 or 30 cents to what it stands at today because of all of the builders on top, all of the endpoints of value, all of the different games, all the different narratives about this is an investment in utility, or this is just a way so I can feel good at the end of the day by buying a frog meme. So the value is the transactions. The value is the economic activity on this blockchain that now is available to us. So again, tip of the hat to the builders that are here now. These first, like you said, 30 people that you respect as far as builders. But the value is going to come when their products launch and the activity increases on their products. And I think that creating a reasonably welcoming, reasonably open, community of builders, to 10x the product line is important. Ethereum has 81 projects that the cheapest transaction on a daily basis is 200,000 per day. That's the lowest. That's the lowest rung out of that cutoff. We can get to that. I think it's possible. And building a community that isn't hardcore maximalist about a person or about one particular product, I think is better. I think we can have our own individual, or maybe as collective, some kind of check marks about when you feel like you should participate, or these valuation narratives or things like that can be explained better in talks like today. But we're here for the long term. I believe that we can engage and we can 10x the community to 100x the ROI.
Thank you so much, Gary.